back to the Lovin Dubai show and happy Monday. This is the show where we go through all of the big trending stories in Dubai. Our top story today: do you spend more than you earn? A surprising report says more than 50% of people say they do.
And passengers on a flight to Dubai were stuck for 5 hours with no AC.
Not a comfortable situation for anyone to be in, that is for sure. We're also talking about the man, the myth, the legend. Shah Rukh Khan was at Global Village last night and he stunned an audience of 80,000 people.
Golfing legends, they took on the biggest challenge on the Wynn Island. You have to stay tuned to know what happened.
Oh my days. And then also big fight night down at the Coca-Cola Arena on Saturday night. It was huge, it was historic. It was Paul the News Hughes versus Usman. But what we saw actually was an amazing level of sportsmanship from Khabib. So we're going to talk about that. Khabib, oh my gosh. We're going to talk about that later on in the show and in today's... and also Dubai resident Ramy Naouss, who completed the Dubai Marathon blindfolded and barefoot.
Oh my God, the challenges that he took in his life, amazing, honestly.
But before we get to all of that, in today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with highs of 25 degrees. So our top story today, I'd love to get your thoughts on this if you're watching the show. We've got a poll going on WhatsApp, which you can add to, but over 50% of residents spend more than they earn. I saw this report, I did a double take. 50.46% of UAE residents reportedly spend more money than they earn, according to Yabi's Financial Health Report 2024.
And some of the stats that we found interesting are 63% of respondents managed to pay their bills on time. 41% hold little to no optimism about achieving their long-term financial goals.
And 33% feel only half of the people in this report could sustain their income, could sustain living for more than 2 weeks without income. We've done a quick poll on Lovin and it's giving us something similar, that the majority of people
spend more than they earn.
Spend more than they earn.
Yeah, and I feel like most people live here paycheck to paycheck, if you noticed. Especially with the inflation of the rent prices. Especially with the rent prices. And
it only gets harder.
Yeah.
Because you've got that set of people who when you're in your 20s and you don't have obligations, it doesn't matter that you're living paycheck to paycheck. But then life gets more difficult. Family, house, cars, school. And then it's even harder to get that savings in.
Yeah, I know. I feel like because... But I haven't been thinking about savings for a whole year. And looking at the stats, taking it seriously. At the end of the year, I started trying to have... you never know what's going to happen in the future. You never know. This is the easiest way to make savings. You need to start making savings. And he's right. He's really right. He's like, you don't have to pay rent. You live with us. You eat here at home.
It's
you need to think about savings. It's such a good time to think of savings. And there's a saying in Arabic, but I can translate it in English. It says, save your white cash for your black days. So make sure you have savings when you can. So when the circumstances come, you have it available for you. Basically.
Because they come.
Because they come.
They come.
They come.
I have never been a saver. Never, ever. And now I'm mid-30s and I regret it so much. Like looking back, and then I read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you've read it, but it totally changed.
Your perspective.
This was about a year ago. It totally changed my perspective on money. And I'm still not great, but I'm better than I was, I think. But I really, really, really wish if anyone in your 20s is watching now, but start saving yesterday. I know, but like
it's time to spend. You know, you want to live.
I know, but what I've realized is, like, what are you living for? You're living for working, and like if you start saving from your 20s, maybe you could retire earlier. Like what do we live? Yeah, like why do you need to? Why is our retirement at 60?
We can make it earlier.
We can make it earlier if we saved better.
But I feel like if we had kids, because if you're not having kids anytime around, like, and I'm not having kids in my early 20s for sure, or my mid 20s. When I reach 60, I feel like I can't retire because I still need to take care of those kids.
True, but maybe they've gotten to their 20s at that point. I don't know. I just wish I had, like, looking back, I'm not a saver, but I've only started recently and wish I'd started sooner.
I keep saying that it's too early for me to start saving. Let me live my life.
No, because you'll get to my age and be like, why didn't you? There's a full generation gap between us. And My only thing that I would ever wish that I could impart wisdom is start saving in your early 20s, because it just builds. It just builds. And the more you put in, the more it builds itself. So you get to a point that's building itself. So when you just do it.
I just need to start saving,
do it
basically.
from day one.
Okay, I'll have to think about it seriously then.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there's so many treats, and we live in a city where there's so much to do, and there's always something going on. Yasmin in her comments is saying temptation, not surprised at all. I think it's actually more than 50%. That's scary if you think there's more than 50% spending more than they earn.
That's a lot. Like, that's a bit concerning, honestly.
That's debt multiplying week on week, month on month.
But I feel like, the thing is, just like how she said temptations, you know what tempts me to buy a lot of things? Instagram.
Me too.
And they have those specific slides in your go-to fall outfits. And I'm like, yeah, what's your go-to fall outfit?
I know. Do you think influencers are loaded? Because that's how I find everything. It's through Instagram.
I think influencers, they get sent things for free. So they don't really buy such things. Because I have an influencer friend, all of her clothes, they get sent to her.
Yeah, and then they earn money off our spending habits because those affiliated links. Anyway, start saving from yesterday would be my advice, Massa.
My dad has been nagging on me to start saving.
That would be my advice to you. Don't be like this man throwing your dollar bills. Let's move into the next story. I saw this go live over the weekend.
So passengers on a flight to Dubai were stuck on a plane with no AC for 5 hours. So here's a story. It'll make you think twice before you complain about a short delay. So passengers on Air India flight AI909 traveling from Mumbai to Dubai were stranded on a tarmac for 5 hours. But it only gets worse because the plane's air condition malfunctioned, making the wait even more uncomfortable. So as the hours dragged on, some passengers didn't hold back and took social media to express their frustration, calling the situation extremely unbearable.
Yeah, I saw the videos, people not happy. After all of that, the flight did take off from Mumbai at 5:10 p.m. and landed in Dubai at 5:43 p.m. local time. So a little delay, but at least they made it. Here's hoping they were greeted with a nice cold drink when they stepped off the plane. Well, I'm assuming the AC was working before the flight.
They had a technical issue that they had to stay landed on the ground. Honestly, I don't know how they do it, because personally, a little delay, so much. I can't handle a little delay. And with no AC.
But would, like, I feel, and if
you can tell people are frustrated from how they're banging on the doors. Like,
the banging isn't going to help, but it freaks me out a little bit if I was on the plane and people started banging it, because I feel like it's like a boat that it could rock if people are getting upset. But I feel like the airline has to communicate and apologise and be bringing out waters and all of that.
Or get compensations or something.
Well, but as it's happening, the people need constant updates, because for something about flying is a little bit nerve-wracking. Like,
yeah, it is.
We all have
it's
that
all
thing.
Scary.
You're on this plane and you're in this tight little box and there's nothing you can do. You're at the mercy, and I feel like the airline has to be super communicative with the passengers so they know the update, they know what's going on. I don't really know what was happening on this flight that the people are really kicking off, but they were 5 hours in and I imagine they're getting frustrated.
But if they're staying for 5 hours, why didn't they get them off the flight? That's my question. They should have got them off the flight or had them come on a different day, because this happened to me previously on one of the air flights and we had a big delay. So they delayed us for a first hour, and then when the second hour entered, they sent us back home. So we had to come the next day. I think that would be a better suitable option for this.
True, but some people would probably, looking back on the situation, I don't know how hot it was, but would probably like to get on the flight that day. You know, you go to the airport.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
you're already there.
Yeah, you're already there.
Or you have like things to attend or something. Or maybe you have things to attend or something.
Maybe.
Obligations,
so maybe it's, you know, at least the flight got off the ground and everyone is safe and landed where they needed to get. But just an uncomfortable situation that we do not... do not wish for anyone. What we do wish for you was you were one of the 80,000 plus people at Global Village last night watching the man, the myth, the legend, Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh my God, I wish I was there.
You know, the vibes are so good.
I was going to Global Village yesterday. I was this close to going to Global Village because I had to take my aunt to Global Village, and I didn't know that he was there, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
didn't know.
That would have been like a massive, you would have known as soon
massive
as you got
shock
like
and massive
2 kilometers
surprise.
out, because probably the traffic on the way in. I was really thinking of going this weekend, and I thought if Shah Rukh Khan is there, it's just going to be so busy.
I didn't know that Shah Rukh Khan was there. Imagine to my surprise if I went and I saw Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh my gosh.
It would have been such a big surprise. I want to meet this man in person. I feel like he's so fun.
He is so loved, and everyone's loving this video that you can see beside us that he brought the fan. He brought a fan up on stage, but he did so much cool stuff, like his signature move that we know and love, which you can see behind us. You know that. Does this have a name?
I think it's just Shah Rukh Khan's move.
Shah Rukh Khan's move. Kirby, who's doing it? Who could do it better? Let me see. Oh, well, should we just do the one move? I think it's the hold at the end with the look up. Oh, she's seen it before. She's seen it before. 1 second.
I've seen it on the Tide ad.
Who is the Tide ad?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
There's a Tide ad where the kid does it and Shah Rukh Khan comes in.
And he shows him how to do it. That's the dip! She knows the dip!
How to do the dip.
I feel like I'm not getting the arm movement correct.
But I think it's slow and then goes up.
Okay. I'm going to give it to you. You've
no, I think you're doing it well.
No, I feel like the right arm is moving awkwardly. It's not as... See, look how smooth SRK does it.
He's so smooth. It's SRK.
Okay, who finishes best? I feel like there's something with your arms. They're looking very majestic. I think it's the jumper that's not working for me.
Casey got it.
Oh, Kirby said I got it.
Kirby said Casey. Honestly, I give it to Casey as well.
I give it to Massa. I felt like you were looking very majestic over there with him right behind you, and I was...
No, but I feel like you're spreading it right because his arms are wide open, and I feel like I'm coming closer to my body.
I don't know.
I think you're doing it well.
Let's get him in here.
Yeah, let's get Shah Rukh Khan.
He's been asking. It's been busy, so let's see. Okay, something that's been taking up headlines over the weekend as well.
This is so interesting because golfing legends take on the greatest challenge at Wynn Al Marjan Island. So Wynn Al Marjan Island isn't opening until 2027, but they're already setting the bar really high, quite literally actually. So from the 22nd floor of their under construction resort, global golfing superstars and regional legends came together to take on the ultimate challenge. So hitting a hole-in-one over 200 yards onto a floating green in the stunning marina below. And what were the stakes, you may ask? So it's 1 million dirhams for UAE base. And the challenge, navigating wind, height, and the sheer pressure of 2.500 to ratio 1 chance of making.
Okay. So here's how they did it. First of all, this is the UAE, and the Wynn Al Marjan is all about luxury. So the players were chauffeured in Rolls Royces right through the site. They climbed to the 22nd floor where they aimed their shots through cranes, through scaffolding, and through the open sky. And it just looked like pure adrenaline vibes. Every near miss, near hit had the crowd on the edge of their seats, because even the pros, right, like they could not predict how this was going to go. Floating golf balls kept things eco-friendly, by the way. They were able to pick them up after, which I think is important to note. So for the big finale, unfortunately, I mean, 2,500 odds to 1, no one made it. However, the Wynn still donated 1 million dirham to Heroes of Hope, which is amazing. We know Heroes of Hope, they basically do amazing things for people of determination. They set up sporting events, and you know, they make it, it's very inclusive, and it's amazing that Wynn Al Marjan chose Heroes of Hope to give 1 million dirham to.
But how cool is this?
Yeah, it's wild.
How cool
it's so
is
wild.
This? How difficult is it actually?
Sinking putts.
Oh my God, look at their reactions though. Look at their reactions. They're like, whoa, they're even shocked themselves, you know.
It's continuously like the UAE will always like go hard to go home.
Yeah, it's not your typical golfing game actually.
And I feel like this is the first stunt from the hotel that we've seen.
Yes.
We've spoken about the Wynn Al Marjan many times before. The Wynn is obviously a famous Las Vegas casino. They're opening up what we think is going to be a gaming resort in Ras Al Khaimah. But so however, I think it's going big here on golf, and just showing you what can happen in future, bringing golf to Ras Al Khaimah, which is already there, but it's just going to be like they're going to go big on it.
But be honest, because since you said you play golf, would you take on this challenge?
Yeah, but I'd fail. I
think you have to swing your arm really high.
It would be so cool to try and crack it, but like there'd be no point, not beside these guys.
What, this is so cool.
It's the days of Conor McGregor. I knew it as a sport that was kind of like what happens in the ring, but it was also about like insult hurling outside of the ring before the fight. You know, it was like, you know, you'd be slagging your opponent.
And they come face to face.
Right. And I remember the days of Conor McGregor saying really below the belt stuff to Khabib. I remember that. No, I remember watching it, and it was kind of, he would say things that were just awful. And I was like, how is this happening? And Khabib would take it, and I didn't know what type of a man he was.
They would take it like on the ring.
He took it into the ring, and he brought it to the ring, and he showed him there for sure. But I didn't realize what type of a man Khabib was until the big fight on Saturday night was Khabib. It was Usman Nurmagomedov, excuse the pronunciation, against Paul the News Hughes. Now Usman is from Dagestan, which is where Khabib is from, and you're seeing a massive UFC fighters coming in. There was a good few fighters from Dagestan there on that night. Paul the News Hughes is from Ireland. So it was kind of going to be this historic showdown. Paul Hughes was coming in as the underdog. Usman was coming in as kind of like more likely to win. However, the fight was close. Paul really gave him a good fight. Now, Usman won. But can I tell you what happened after?
Yeah, sure.
So Usman won. Khabib comes up, he takes the mic, and he says, I just want to say one thing. And this is after, you know, they've beaten Ireland, right? And you've got a big group of Irish supporters in the crowd. You've got a big group of Dagestan. And that could go either way, you know, at a big night. And Khabib says, I just want to say one thing. I've watched how Ireland has supports Palestine, and we love you guys. You're the biggest supporters of Palestine in the world, and we love you so much.
Oh my God.
So good. It was so nice.
Oh my God.
And then after you
How
see...
did I miss this?
After, both, like, you see a lot of stuff on social basically being like just sportsmanship, like the type of thing that you love to see in sports, and it really upholds the value of sports. And it's like, in the ring, it's gruesome. As soon as they got off, it was all sportsmanship, all great. And I was like, oh, Khabib, you legend. Like, Ireland's going to love you for that. So amazing. I
love that they don't have hatred amongst themselves. You know, usually they leave the ring and they go separate ways, or they start insulting each other. That's usually what happens on the ring. But for him to do that, I can't believe I missed this. That's so sweet.
It was really great. And
this is a memorable moment, honestly. Really a true memorable moment.
So true. And it will just, so this is the first time the UFC has really been big in Dubai. It was the first big night. Sheikh Mansour was there. But you need that type of sportsmanship for longevity.
Yeah, you do.
It's not about the hurling. It's not about like the throwing flour on someone before.
Yeah.
It's about the after. And like Paul Hughes after was like, thank you to Team Khabib. I respect you and your team and your nation. And he lost, you know?
Yeah.
So you just like, it's just a great sign for what's to come in the sport. And I think even like Khabib and the team, they train here.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be really interesting to watch how it unfolds over the next 10 years.
I think it's nice for them to acknowledge that they don't have hatred or against each other. The two nations are not against each other. It's a competition. It's a game.
Yeah, so true.
So they're both playing together in a competition. They're not a one against the other person, like, oh, I hate you, I'm here to fight you.
Yeah.
This is just a game, this is competition. And for them to take it with such maturity and sportsmanship, that's really, really nice to hear. And look at people's reactions. You were there?
Yeah.
How did people, were people cheering and screaming?
So I was there, but I left before the final night. And, like, it's the most anti-Irish thing to do. I know, but it was...
Did you know that he was losing, so you laughed?
No, it said, because it's fight night, so there's like 8 fights or something, and it said doors open 7:30, so I was there at 7:30. But I don't know, it's my first time ever being, I didn't realize there would be 7 fights, so the last fight was probably about 12:30, which is about 10 hours after my bedtime. So I saw some of the fights, but I missed the last one. I was watching the like online updates and things, but I didn't stay. I was wrecked.
Who were you rooting for?
Paul. Obviously.
Of course.
You gotta wave the Irish flag. Yeah. and like anyone, like, we're a small nation, so whenever you see
but I like that,
anyone on a world stage representing Ireland, we're so proud.
I feel like I like that. You should be supportive of people from your nation. No, I like that. I'm with that. I'd do the same.
I think it's of course. I think it's fun things to come, because Ireland is a great sport country for UFC, as is Dagestan. And it's only the beginning of UFC in Dubai.
We're just going to have it more and more, honestly. This is just the start. This is just the beginning.
Remember this moment. Paul Hughes coming up. It's all about who's the best at the end of the day, and that's what we'll watch. Speaking of who's the best, we're super excited for this interview. Ramy Naouss conquered Dubai Marathon blindfolded and barefoot. He's on the show after this very short break. We're going to ask him why. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Ramy Naouss is a cancer survivor who's not only battled through life's toughest challenges, but also sets world records to raise awareness for early cancer detection. From running barefoot and blindfolded in the Dubai Marathon to standing on nails for 12 hours, and also the author of a book, Let's Live. We're going to welcome him on the show to hear why. Welcome.
Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
We're good. But you're a man that took on so many challenges in your life.
Yeah.
Honestly, but we need to cover all of it today. We have to cover all of it.
Let's speak fast.
But recently, on Dubai Marathon, you ran blindfolded and barefoot.
Yeah.
What motivated you to do this?
So, okay, I'm going to tell you the real story. So there was two things happening in parallel, right? First is I was diagnosed 8/1/2017, right?
Yeah.
And after the 5 years of medical treatment, I said, okay, I'm ready to take my beliefs in what I know about the body and the mind, and I want to shift out of the medical beliefs, and I want to do my thing. So I stopped all treatment, I started tuning in and doing all that, and all this circle was like, what are you doing? You're messing with your life, how are you taking this risk? And I was like, I believe in what I'm doing, So 3/1/2025, like before the marathon, 10 days, and I did my first blood test after I stopped all my treatment, and it came perfect, and I know that I succeeded. So my idea was, 8 years, it was dark. Not dark like every day was hard, but dark in a way that you're always having this back thought that, and my family, they are all doctors, so they go like that, like, what are you doing, and all that, and I'm like, give me a chance, all right? And it's my life, I'm not risking anyone's life, I'm willing to take risk in what I believe. So it came, the results great, and then Guinness told me, we're looking into doing something interesting in Dubai Marathon. So I said, let me think of something. And then when I just had in my meditation and like reflecting, I'm like, dark, and now I see the light. So blindfold, and I'm interested. I know that whenever you close your eyes is where you understand yourself, you reflect on your life. And I said, let me try running it blindfold. And by the way, I run barefoot for 3 years. So barefoot for me is like, I came here running barefoot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I forgot my shoes 3 years ago, so.
Just noticed you're barefoot.
Yeah. So it was like, it fitted perfect for me. And I know that whoever is passing through cancer, through any hardship, I know it's dark sometimes, and there's going to be light at the end. So it was like a push. First, it was for me that finally I can see the light, like for sure what I'm saying. And then I think it was around that gave everyone a little bit of life and hope and belief,
Wow. It was like for social awareness, basically.
Yeah.
So you were diagnosed in 2017, and so you were on medication, I guess, for 7 years, and now you're free of cancer.
Yeah.
Amazing, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about the race. Like, was it grueling? Was it challenging? Was it easy for you?
So, so the main challenge that we faced, first, cheers for my 2 friends that ran with me by my side. They were like the beast. I felt very safe because, you know, I was just scared. You know, whenever you're blindfolded, you're scared of hitting something or going out, right? So thank them for just running next to me. So I felt safe, and I believe in this machine, you know. So we started running. It was good. Like the first 20K, we were laughing. Yeah, I was stumbling sometimes, but it was very fun, you know. But then above 20, 25, already whenever you're running, your mind is connecting so much. There's a lot of blood flow, a lot of activity in your brain. So if I'm not blindfolded, whenever you're running, you stop and you feel like everything is wavy, right?
Yeah.
So when I was blindfolded, I started being disoriented. So it's like, I don't know where it's straight. I don't know if this is straight, this is straight. You know, all I know is I can take a next step. So above 30, I started feeling dizzy. I started feeling all that, but I was just telling myself, it's okay, you're good. I'm talking to my mind, because your mind, every time that he feels is not in control, that's why it comes to take over. That's why fear happens with us. That's why we stop from doing things that we love, because your mind says, no, because it's afraid. It's the unknown. So I was like, it's okay, man. It's okay. We're good. I was like, we're good. Keep pushing. Another step. And I was like, and at that moment, I don't know which, maybe 38, 37, I just told my friends, come close. I just need to touch your neck, shoulder. I just need my mind to still know that I'm in this existence. Because I was like, am I alive or not, you know? So it's like the first...
I can't even imagine this.
It was like, you know, it's like you're running into a loophole, like a black hole. You don't know where is the end, but you just believe in the next step.
The thought of it gives me so much anxiety, actually.
43 kilometers blindfolded running through Dubai Marathon, which is, I'm sure, like the sights or the sounds were disconcerting as well.
Yeah, like there's people cheering on the side. Whenever they were cheering after the 25, like when I started like too much in my head, I told the boys, please stay next to me, because it was bothering me. You know, I need to stay focused. Like I need peace. You know, like that.
But how would you describe your emotions at that point? Do you feel like you felt so much anxiety, or you felt free in some way?
No, look, so it depends where you are compared to yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I am someone who sits with my thoughts a lot.
Yeah.
Because the first thing that I healed, cancer, before it manifests in the body, it manifests in your thoughts, right? We have cancerous thoughts, you have cancerous people, you can be a cancerous person, right? A person who comes and throw negative energy here, you're gonna feel like, why am I not feeling good? What happened? And you realize, this person, I didn't like his energy, right? So cancer, it manifests in the body, but it starts everywhere else. So for me to heal, when I believed in my healing process, I understood that I have to understand my cancerous thoughts. I have to deal with my cancerous thoughts and all those around that. So me sitting and closing my eyes is something that I love to do, and I do it on a daily basis. I have an hour, 2 hours, half an hour, however is my day, but I sit with my thoughts. So for me, it was okay. I'm used to my mind telling me playing game. It's like a baby, you know? I convince him sometimes, he convinces me sometimes. I try to win more than often. Like, hey man, it's good. Don't be scared. Like I talk to my mind, especially in the run. Don't be scared, it's good. We're good, we're still alive, we're still good, we're safe, we keep pushing, you know? So if you're not, I know that people are anxious because of this, and that's what I tell people, like people who I help through anxiety, all that, I tell them, first thing you have to do is you have to just sit and look at your thoughts. Don't do anything. Just let them see it and see your mind. Up, down, you're good, not good, you're gonna fail. Let them, whatever, it's not you. You don't ask your kidneys to do what they are doing now, right?
Oh no.
Right? So same goes with the brain. So just give it time, accept it, and embrace.
How would you compare your mindset now to, I guess, pre-2017, before the cancer diagnosis?
It's like, I say one day, and I said it in the book, I was like, I always ask myself, where was I? You know? Like, I don't know, like I was on autopilot or not aware of myself or all that, you know? So it's like, if you show me a picture of me when I was, even 2-3 years back, I'm like, I look at him, it's not me. It's someone else, you know?
You know, we've heard the saying that says the body is really strong. It has the power to heal itself.
Of course.
So, like, previously you stood on nails for 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
What pushed you to to stand there through the pain, through everything, and for 12 hours straight?
Yeah, so the story of my nails, and that's actually what inspired me to write the book. I have my auntie, I have a picture of her. She was also diagnosed with cancer, and previous to my nail attempt, she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Terminal cancer is you go to the doctor and tells you still have this amount of days to live. And my auntie was very powerful. All what she used to say, love life, love life, love life, till the next day. She planned her funeral. She did a task. Man, look, I have goosebumps. She did a task for the whole family to do stuff when she's gone, all right? She said, you don't wear black, you wear blue, because blue is the color of hope, color of like everything that is good, positive, not like black, you know? So all that, and then, man, this process and how it was manifesting with my mom, like, you know, my mom talking to her sister that she's gonna die tomorrow, you know, my mom was in pain more than her sister, I guess. And I'm like, man, I was feeling this pain so much, and what could I do with this pain? The only way to deal with pain is go to pain, right? If you're cold and you're scared of the cold, you go to the cold, you become stronger. You have a fear of heights, you jump out of a plane, it's gone, it's dissolved. So I'm like, I want to take this pain and do something about it. So I had this nail board next to me, and I started standing on a nail board, and I felt like, it's releasing me. And then I talked to my auntie, I told her, hey, I want to do this stand on a nail for 12 hours as heck, feeling what you're feeling at least for this amount of time. And she's like, let's do it. And I did it for my auntie. So, and funny enough, not funny, it's like lively enough, it's like life. She passed away 3 days ago before my attempt. And so I was standing on the nails, and the funeral was happening. So it was in those dark times, everyone looked at me with hope. So it was like a beautiful moment.
What a powerful lady, honestly.
Man, crazy.
She's so powerful.
Crazy. She touched me so much, honestly.
Sorry you lost your aunt at that point.
That's life. I think she touched so much of the family. She changed us a lot. And me, like, she inspired me so much with her death that, like, there's a fire ignited me back then, and I kept on with this fire, you know?
What message do you hope, I know we've spoken about raise awareness, but what message do you hope that these types of challenges spread to the wider population? You know, your video went viral. It's the first time I'd seen you. It was a video on Lovin Dubai, and it was coming to the end, and you know, you're removing the blindfold at the end of the marathon. It was an amazing video, but for people who are just jumping into your world, what do you hope that they will learn from you?
Look, I talk in my book, in my thoughts. Is here, life is now. Okay, we heard this amount. So what it means? Go out. Like your anxiety, your depression, your cancer, your sickness, all those problems are not solved indoor. They are solved outdoor. Outdoor of being next to nature, being next to, like, especially in Dubai. There's a lot of parks, man. They tell me it's a city. I know it's a city. Like, I've been in Dubai for 8 years. I know it's a city, but I always find park wherever it is, you know? Sometimes I'm feeling low. I try to move, go to the park, sit under the tree. Hey, breathe. And now, funny enough, when I started running barefoot, everyone was laughing, right? He's a stupid guy. I'm like, okay. And now all the recent study, if you watch on Instagram, all the recent study, barefoot, come to nature.
It's about grounding yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you guys, someone is supporting me, you know, I'm not this crazy guy anymore. I'm like, man, heal yourself outside, mentally, physically, spiritually. Everything happens outside. When it's cold, go outside, don't be scared of being sick. When it's hot, go outside. Like here we always live, when it's hot, we're in an AC,
we're indoors,
right?
yeah, all the time.
When it's cold, we're in the heater. We're always protecting ourselves. No, man, our body was used. Look at animals. Learn from them. We're a species, right? The only difference we are a conscious species. So look at it as a species. Go out, feel yourself. That's why I tell them, run barefoot. Man, running barefoot opened for me the dimensions that I didn't know that they even exist. You know. So I just tell people, like, go out. Don't be scared. I know, life is hard. We know that, right? So take small challenges, small steps.
What do you think are like the biggest causes? You mentioned anxiety, you mentioned mental health, depression. Like, what do you think is that more prevalent today than it was before? And if so, why do you think
laziness and easiness? Like in Dubai now, you open your phone, you can order a house, furniture, I don't know, like everything, right? So what makes this happen is like, I'll sit and just do this, right? Life was never that easy. Life is not easy. We have to know that. And once you start taking, it's like if there's a nice saying, if you make today hard, tomorrow's gonna be easy. If you make today easy, tomorrow's gonna be hard, right? So understand what type of hardship you go into, and like push yourself in ways that, use the elevator, use the stairs, not the elevator. Sometimes, right? It's not about fitness and like. It's forget about all the business propaganda and all that. Just be active the way you can, and that's how you will feel way better. Healing your depression or any mental health problem starts in your body, right?
Yeah.
So you heal your gut, you heal your body. 90% of the stuff in your brain is gonna heal. I think that's a good chance, right? The 10% we can figure it out later, but that's it. Just be out.
And I feel like if you overprotect yourself, by the way, it really drastically affects your immunity.
Of course.
It goes down.
Of course.
But let's talk about your book a little bit. It says, let's live. Challenging yourself is the way. Why do you think it's important for humans to challenge themselves?
Because look, eventually life is gonna challenge you some days, sometimes, right? So if you are used to challenges, if you raise your stress threshold, if you raise your skill set, if you raise your belief in yourself, your confidence, all that. So when a challenge comes, you're just a little bit more prepared. So challenging is, I've been doing challenges for 2-3 years, and I barely had 50 views, and it's like I never do them with the views. I was just challenging myself because I want to understand what am I capable of, who am I? I always ask myself, who am I? So once you start challenging yourself, whenever a challenge is gonna come, at least you're a little bit prepared, right?
Yeah.
So challenging yourself is always the way. And my motto is let's live, because man, as I told myself, and I told you at the beginning, I don't know where was I before my cancer, you know? I was just existing. Now I'm living, man. Do you know what it means to be alive? Like, do you know the potential that you have, your mind, your body? It's like a whole different dimension. Living is here. We're all now living here. You're having an experience, you're having an experience, and I'm having an experience, right?
Yeah.
So your life is about you, and your life is about you. So experience you, understand you, and life will change. This is just VR or whatever. Life is here, right? It's a feeling.
Yeah.
If you love someone, why you love them? Because they're feeling, right?
Yeah.
People eat sugar. Why? Because it gives them a feeling. We're a feeling species, having a human experience, right? So go and feel yourself. Understand. I'm sad. Yeah, understand that you're sad and accept it and embrace it. When I'm sad, I'm sad. I don't fake it. That's why when I'm sad, I'm off social media. I'm off people. I'm by myself. I'm feeling sad. You know. I don't numb this stuff. So just live. Like, I know that I'm probably throwing a lot of knowledge for people, but that's why I have my book. Like, you can understand how I talk about those small things to understand, to come alive.
Ramy, before you leave us, your book is called Let's Live, and it's true because it's people watching today, and maybe they feel stuck, and maybe they want to challenge themselves. They're thinking, how? Like, what could I do? So, what's one small challenge that could make people feel more alive?
Take off your shoes, get off your building, and walk. Not run first, just walk. First day you walk, maybe tomorrow you will run.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how it starts. It's that simple.
How can people get in touch with you, and how can people find your book?
My name is Ramy Naouss on all social media platforms, and our website, whatever it is, it's Let's Live. Let's Live is on all Amazon. It's Kindle and hard copy. Anything that I can help, I always try my best to reply to everyone and help everyone in their journey, and it's always good to be alive, man.
We always say how lucky we are in the show to meet people from the community doing amazing things, and you are one of them, Ramy Naouss. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Masa.
Thank you, Casey.
And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show on this Monday morning. Have a fabulous week. I'm sure you're as motivated as we are to kick it off, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.